All right, guys, so today we're going to get our Loring peach that we grafted onto some Nemaguard rootstock. We're going to get that in the ground. So we'll try and get that in as quickly as possible. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Dean Family Acres. All right, guys, Matt Dean here from Dean Family Acres, and hopefully you enjoyed today's video as we graft some Nemaguard peach rootstock with some Loring as well as some Saturn peaches. So join us today as we get these trees grafted and we try and expand our peach selection here in Zone 8 of Upstate South Carolina. And we got the Nemaguard rootstock. We actually traded some of our thornless blackberries for these. So I will say that I probably should have contacted this guy again after I talked to him like in November. I waited, and it was actually in February when we finally connected, and some of them aren't in the greatest shape, but again, I'm trading pretty much extra free stuff that I had already. Alright guys, so as you can see, these rootstock are not exactly in the greatest shape, but they will work well for what we're wanting to do, because honestly we don't need them to be 4, 5, 6 feet tall. We need them to be, honestly, probably knee to waist tall will be perfect, and then we can kind of just cut those and graft onto that. If you do graft that high, you do just want to be aware if you do have some suckering coming from the bottom. So make sure that you're kind of paying attention to that. In the future, you want to keep all these extra leaves pruned off. So we decided we're going to put the Loring on this one that's got the crossing branch. I'm actually going to cut this off. I pruned this back to here, and it looks like we do have some green growth, obviously by the leaves, but also all the way to right here was just completely hard and dead. So I think anywhere from here down should be fine, and we'll put Loring on both of these branches, and then that way we'll already have some shape in regards to this tree. We do want to try and grow this in an open vase shape if at all possible. Alright guys, so we got that cut off. We did have a little bit of a boogered area on it, so I'm just going to kind of come around the edge. There, clean that up. I probably could get 2 in there. Making sure that each side, one's on this side, one's on this side, and just making sure the buds are going out. So I think that's what we're gonna try our best to do here. And we're gonna gently try and wrap these with some parafilm. Remember, you don't need a bunch of buds. Honestly, you just need a few. Should be enough. We will wrap this with parafilm. Now just remember, you always wanna do this split first before you start whittling on these, and whittling is not what you want to do before you actually are cutting these here. I'll check my width again. I think we'll be almost perfect. Get one about the same size. And also just think about what direction you want these to grow. We're going to go this direction. Do make sure that your knife is sharp. Alright, this outside piece is in much better shape. You can kind of see that than the inside. So what we're going to do is we'll put this to the outside on here. You see, that is basically perfectly lined up on that side. Let's see if we can get one on the other side. Almost perfect. And I think what we'll do is put parafilm, and I'm going to get some on my wax and put right there on top. Alright guys, we're going to take our toilet bowl wax, just take just a little bit, and we're just going to put it around the edge of this. Normally I would not do this with this type of graft, but because of how these come together, there's a chance that some things could get down in there, and we don't want that to happen. Just know that toilet bowl wax can get your hands kind of sticky. So hopefully, let's see how we did that there. Now we will remove these leaves. I'll leave one a little bit lower just to make sure on this limb, and then we'll remove it later on. Parafilm. We got that one in. Had our battery down on the camera, but it's all good. So there's a Loring. We actually double grafted that, so hopefully one of those sides will take. Honestly, both of them might. Now we'll do Loring on the other side. I'm going to cut the very bottom of this, although it still looks pretty fresh. I'm going to cut just the very tip. Now you can see green. And again, just remember, you only need a couple of buds. 2 to 3 should be plenty. Just going to think through which direction you want these going. I'm going to go that way. So that means I need my cuts to be down through here. So remember, you don't want to dilly-dally once you cut this. I'm saying that after I dilly-dallied and adjusted the camera. Spot on both sides. We don't need the wax this time because we're not doing 2. And we just need enough parafilm to be able to wrap around it good. And stop any moisture and or germs getting into the graft. Just make sure that it did not move. So there is the second loring, and that should be a nice graft. Alright guys, now that we've got our Loring peach scions onto our Nemaguard rootstock, we're going to take our embosso tag and we're going to put Loring, and I'm going to put today's date, and I'm also going to put who I got the scion from and also the rootstock. So it's a little bit different than the others. Rootstocks on these others, I kind of knew where they came from, but I could kind of keep up with that individually depending on how many different variables you're wanting to keep up with. On these, there's only 2, and one will be a Saturn and one will be a Loring. Alright guys, so we got our Saturn and our Loring on Nemaguard rootstock. Alright guys, so today we're going to get our Loring peach that we grafted onto some Nemaguard rootstock. We're going to get that in the ground, so we'll try and get that in as quickly as possible. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Alright guys, so we got the Loring peach in. Sorry about the time-lapse dying. That's what happens when you're pushing your phone storage. So didn't get the really nice camera out today. So Loring here, and then that's the one we got from Ison's. It is a red globe, I believe. If you haven't seen that video, check it out right here. And then I think over, probably about right there-ish, we're going to put our donut style. I think they're called Saturn. So we're going to put that over there. All of these should be around 800 chill hours, so they should work perfect together. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like it and share it and subscribe. And when you subscribe, don't forget to ring that bell like. That's right, Mike Tyson in the 1980s. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. Alright guys, thanks so much for joining us, and over here you'll find a playlist that'll pop up in just a little bit to learn a little bit more about things similar to this video, and then over here you'll find our most recent video. Lastly but not least, down here you can subscribe. Thanks so much guys, y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. We'll see you next time.